Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about Dani Olmo because there is some interest from England, and could Dani Olmo be leaving Barcelona? I want to be talking about that. Now, as well, I want to be talking about Ferran Torres because he has undergone surgery for a small little injury, and then as well, looking ahead towards Barcelona's match tomorrow against Espanyol, in which Barcelona are going to be looking to clinch the title and lift the La Liga title. But as always, guys, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. And as well, the link to become a member is also posted down below. But guys, let's get started with the video. All right, guys, let's get started with the video and let's talk about Dani Olmo because reports were coming out that Pep Guardiola and Manchester City, they were very heavily interested in Dani Olmo as they're looking for a replacement for both Gundogan and as well for Kevin De Bruyne. With Kevin De Bruyne leaving, with Gundogan, getting up there with age, Man City, they are looking long term and they see Dani Olmo as a replacement, but Barcelona, they have made it absolutely crystal clear that he is not for sale. Obviously, we know that Pep Guardiola will absolutely love to have him. He likes the player. But Man City, even though they're willing to offer a huge financial offer for Barcelona, they are still not willing to sell. And obviously, Dani Olmo himself, after everything he's gone through in regards to registration and in regards to actually being able to play for Barcelona, he wants to stay. And especially after this season, it's not likely that he would want to leave. But I wanted to bring you that report to you guys because I have seen some reports circulating in regards to this whole Dani Olmo rumors heading to Man City. Could that be a thing? But even though Man City, they have the funds to pay for Dani Olmo doesn't want to leave Barcelona. They don't want to sell. So this deal isn't going to be happening. And after this season, in which Dani Olmo, he has proved very useful and very important in certain matches, we're going to want him to stay at Barcelona. But continuing on with the news, guys, I'm going to be talking about Ferran Torres because he has successfully undergone surgery last night for appendicitis, which is inflammation of the appendix, meaning he will be an absent. He will not be involved in Barcelona's match tomorrow against Espanyol. But it's not anything too serious, guys. It's just some small inflammation. It's a relatively straightforward surgery that has gone well. It's not anything long term. So absolutely fantastic in regards to that. And obviously, what that means for tomorrow is that we could see some rotation in that front line. Could we see Robert Lewandowski start, or would Hansi Flick want to start Paul Victor, for example? But moving on now, guys, I want to be talking about Hansi Flick because, he spoke in the press conference before tomorrow's match against Espanyol. And he gave credit to Espanyol. He says Espanyol has improved a lot in the second half of the season with new players who are very good and key to their football with a clear style. It's a derby, and we have to be focused and show we want to win. They know how to play, and that's absolutely the case. Let's wrap up the La Liga title tomorrow. Let's not lose tomorrow. Have some doubt creep in, say, hey, is Barcelona going to be losing the La Liga title race? And then as well, put pressure in regards to winning those last two La Liga matches. Let's get the job done. Let's win tomorrow, and let's celebrate another La Liga title. Hansi Flick talks about Cubarsí, and he says he'll be able to play tomorrow without any problems. He had a knock in training, but it's nothing serious. He didn't finish the session just as a precaution. And in regards to that, there were some reports that Cubarsí, he had a clash between him and Robert Lewandowski. It was just, in training, both the players collided. I believe it was Cubarsí's knee, and there was an injury scare, but thankfully nothing crazy happened. It was just an injury scare, and he's perfectly fine. As Hansi Flick said, it was just a precaution for him not to finish the training session. That's absolutely the case. We don't want to be taking any risks. We want to be making sure that everyone finishes the season healthy and is ready for the vacation in the summer, and as well the start for preseason. We want to make sure no one picks up anything long term. Hansi Flick, he talks about who's going to be playing, whether it's going to be Szczesny or Ter Stegen. And he says, I've decided I won't talk about the lineup today. I'm sorry. And since he isn't talking about the lineup, I wonder if he is going to be making rotations because Barcelona, we haven't won the La Liga title as of yet. We would need an absolute cataclysmic collapse from Barcelona in order not to win it. But I don't expect too many rotations, but I see some tweaks, some players here and there. Maybe an Andres Christensen coming in, definitely for Inigo Martinez, who is suspended. Maybe you see a Balde start. Maybe you see a Pau Victor, a Robert Lewandowski. In the midfield, could we see a Gavi, for example? Let's see what happens in regards to that. But continuing on, guys, Hansi Flick, he talks about, the El Clásicos, because Barcelona, they have won 4 El Clásicos for the first time, in El Clásico history. Barcelona, they have won 4 El Clásico matches in one singular season. Now, this does not mean that, Real Madrid, they haven't won before 4 times in a row. They have, but it just hasn't been in one season. Barcelona, they're the only team to have done that. Hansi Flick, he speaks about that, and he says, I'm very happy with the fans and the club for how we played in these 4 matches against Madrid, especially how we came back in the last one. It was great to watch. And Barcelona's mental resilience throughout the entirety of the season, it's been phenomenal. It's absolutely crazy because no matter the circumstances, Barcelona, they show up in the face of adversity and they're able to rise to the challenge. They do not put their heads down and they still have that confidence. They still have the belief that says no matter what, we will still win the match. And that's something that I think goes, completely under the radar that a lot of people are not giving Barcelona credit. Hansi Flick continues on. He says they didn't touch the ball in our half for 24 minutes. And that was due to our structure. That stat was fantastic and something we can be proud of. I'm happy because I know it's important for the fans. And no, I won't write a book. I already wrote one, and that's enough. And that's a crazy stat that he actually talked about in the press conference. Containing Real Madrid and them not being able to have a touch in our own half for almost half an hour is absurd. And that speaks to the level that Barcelona they are at this season. And honestly, it's such a shame that we weren't able to complete the treble. And honestly, I don't want the season to end. I want to continue this winning momentum. I want to see Barcelona continue playing these matches and not have Barcelona go out for what is going to be a month and a half long break. It's going to be sad, but I do understand that the players are going to need some rest after a very intense season. But that's just me being selfish. Obviously, I want the players to recover and be ready for next season. Hansi Flick, he also defends Ronald Araujo, guys. And this was interesting because obviously, Ronald Araujo, he was, at fault for some of the goals that we did concede in Milan. He talks about, the availability of who's going to be able to play in tomorrow's match. He says, it's not just 2 options. We also have Eric, a 3rd option. I say this to clarify. Andres Christensen is doing very well. I see him in a good place. He's fantastic and gives us a solid level. And I didn't like what happened with Ronald in Milan. I always protect my players. We all make mistakes. We all did in that match. That's life. But it's also about respect. He needs to be protected. He's fine. We've talked about these things. Anyone in this business has been in similar situations. It's about managing it well and standing by your players. Now, I think this is the right attitude to have as a coach. Obviously, you don't want to be bombarding him and say, hey, you're the reason why we aren't in the Champions League final. I don't think that does good for anyone. And, if another player makes a mistake, are you going to be doing the same thing to him? I think this is very good, from Hansi Flick, the right attitude to have. But is Hansi Flick going to want to keep Ronald Araujo in the summer? Because Ronald Araujo leaving in the summer can mean that Barcelona, they have funds to go out into the market and sign other key positions and, add quality to the team, and necessarily in spots that we do need that extra reinforcements. And so I wonder where Hansi Flick's headspace is in regards to that. Does he want to keep him or does he want to sell him? I don't know. This right here, I just think it's him protecting his players, just like any other manager would, and not necessarily say, hey, I want him to stay. I think that's going to be something that's going to be discussed between him and Deco in these next upcoming weeks. And Hansi Flick, he also talks about that contract renewal, which is, basically all done and dusted. And he says, we had dinner with the president and it was very enjoyable, but that's all. First, we have to focus on these next 3 games and then we'll talk. Now is not the time to think about it. I told the team today, we're here to win matches and we have to focus on that. We respect the opponent, the club, the fans, not think about other things. Are we planning for the future? I want one more year because I'm very happy, but it's not done yet. We have to wait. I can do it. No problem. problem. And that just tells me that Barcelona and Hansi Flick, they're both waiting for Barcelona to officially clinch the La Liga title, win against Espanyol, and then announce it, let's say this weekend necessarily, and just compound the fantastic news necessarily. But it's only a matter of time before Barcelona, they do give that contract renewal to Hansi Flick. But guys, that was it for the Barcelona news of the day. Definitely let me know your guys' thoughts down below. What are your score predictions for tomorrow's match? I will be having a watch along, and as well, I will be having a match reaction after. So make sure to tune in. But as always, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.
El estilo a lo que más quiero en la vida.